Hello everyone, my name is Wing Liang, the Aragon watch designer. Today I'm super excited to show you one of our latest collection, which is the Aragon Virtuoso Titanium. But now this time, they're done in limited edition with natural stones, 48 of them, and also with the Seiko Premium NE57 Power Reserve. Now, these are limited edition to 50 pieces, but let's dive in and I'll tell you a story more during the video. All right, let's go check it out. So I'm sure a few months ago, you've seen the Virtuoso Titanium in the Miyota 9015. And now this is our second execution for the collection. As you can see on the camera, these are all natural stones, okay? So I've did something slightly different this time, okay? So it comes with two sizes. Over here is 44, down here is 50 now. And this is not Miyota 9015. This is the Seiko Premium NE57 Power Reserve with the center hand, Power Reserve hand in the center. Okay, now I'm going to do a slight demonstration. I want to talk more about the stones. Okay, so here we go. So right now you can see is 10, approximately 10, and the second hand is continues running. And we can see the fourth hand right over here. So there is a meter from red to green. Red means low power, the blue is in the middle, and the green is close to full or full power. The power reserve of this watch is more than 40 hours of power reserve. As you wear the watch, you can see the blue rotor on the back is going to spin. And then there are two ways to wind this watch. Manual wind by the crown. So you can see I already pulled the crown out. Okay. Or by wearing the watch. The rotation of the rotor. Okay. It requires approximately 950 turns per day to fully wind this. So this is very vital information. So I'm going to show it to you, the manual wind. As I turn the crown more and more and more, you can see I already winded up to 30 hours of power reserve. So what it means is, for some of you are new to mechanical watches, okay? Because this watch has a power reserve gauge. Majority of the automatic watches, they do not have a power reserve gauge. Okay, so let's just say if I put this watch, I don't wear this watch, okay, for the next 30 hours. Remember, it's approximately 30 hours. These are not digital watches, so it's not as, the meter of the power reserve is not as in tune the same as digital batteries like you see with your phone or with your electric car. So if I don't wear this watch, don't touch this watch, the watch will continue to run for the next 30 hours or more, okay? So this is what's cool about it is, a lot of people say, oh, a lot of us like watches, and they often ask, like, what is the purpose of this? What is the purpose of a GMT? I don't travel. It's something to have. If you're like me, I enjoy a varieties of, collect different movements or different functions. You're like me. So what is the purpose of that? It's really cool. So imagine you play with your watches whenever, once a day or once a month or whatever. You wind this watch and you just let it sit. Okay, tick tock, Oh, and then a day after you come back, you start seeing, oh, the power reserve runs down to 20. So you come back 10 hours later or 11 hours later. I think it's a really cool feature. I think it's a luxury feature because not a lot of watches have that type of feature. So most of the watches are 3 hands with the date. Okay, not every single watch is a tourbillon. Not every single watch is a GMT or chronograph, especially for mechanical watches. Keep in mind, especially for mechanical watches, because each one of these function costs differently, and so so forth. Okay, so I talk about this, and I also want to talk about titanium. You've seen this. Is a solid titanium bracelet, solid titanium case with helium valve. So the bezel is stainless steel, the crown is stainless steel, The helium valve is stainless steel. The clasp with the glide lock is stainless steel. The case back is stainless steel. Okay, so keep that in mind. And also, it's a 1,000 meter or 3,300 feet submersible underwater. Okay, it's a very, very cool feature. Now, here is the main thing about this watch. All right, let me try to do this. You see how we're in the studio and I'm trying to find the angle where, okay, if you focus on here, you know, like that movie, I forgot the name of it. I even forgot the actor's name. Is very famous. I forgot. Tom Hank, right? I think the movie is like the piano. Remember at FAO Schwartz, and they're running around with on that giant piano and playing music. So if you look at this, I don't know if it makes sense to you, because every time when I pick up this watch with really good lighting, and every time I turn like that, you'll see the reflection is moving around. Okay, these are all black onyx, 48 pieces all around. Okay, and these are baguette. So in the past, with the Virtuoso, I don't do this very often with the baguette stones because they cost triple the amount of the round stone. Okay, and it also costs a lot more to set them by hand, each one individually. Okay, so this bezel itself costs more than the watch, believe it or not. And these are all natural stones. And I don't even know how to measure these anymore, because the carat weight, I can imagine, is probably like a few carat or more, because they're so large. These stones, I think they're approximately, between 3.5 millimeter to like 5 or 6 millimeter. Each one of them are baguette and bevel on the corners. So when you get them at home, you can see it a lot easier. Look, it is so cool. You see that, how the 1 o'clock area? So every time when I turn, it's moving. Can you imagine you wear this under the sunlight, and then the reflection from the stone is like constantly moving around? Look, you see that? Okay, got it. You see what I'm talking about? Some people do, some people don't, right? So it feels like it's like constantly running around. So this one right here is black onyx with black MOP. I don't want to call it black because it's not truly black. So it's kind of like a grayish tone to it. Because the reason why I did that is so it shows more color of the mother of pearl. If I make the black mother of pearl, it's really too dark. Okay, you can see it. Now here is the white topaz, all natural stone. Okay, these are not CZ, these are not Swarovski crystal. And I think it's a lot more meaningful when they're natural stones, because these are all natural. Okay, so we call this white mother of pearl with white onyx. Now, here's the special part. Okay, and please pay attention to this. I have two sizes, right? So this is the 44 and this is the 50. Okay, this is not the platinum MOP. It's our own Pantone. You can see the blue is darker than the platinum, but you can see all the clouds, all the gradient colors behind it. So the small one, the 44, has white topaz. I know a lot of guys, you're going to kill me for showing you and telling you this. So the blue MOP 44 millimeter comes with the white topaz. I'm going to go over the 44 later, okay? Now, the 50 millimeter. Did you notice something different? Okay, there are 48 stones, all hand set, all natural, but it's half white topaz and half sky blue topaz. Okay, please do not kill me. I did it as a test. Not a test, but I did it on purpose because of the larger size. Okay. And it's absolutely stunning under the light in our studio. Let me try to show you. You can see it clearly in the video. And then the sky blue topaz is very light. So if you're outside or not very bright, they all look like white topaz. But when there's a reflection, that true color, the sky blue topaz will come out, and it's every other stone. So 24, so white, blue, white, blue, white, blue, white, blue, all around. It is so, so cool. Now, here is another important factor about this. The sky blue topaz costs, I would say, 50% more than the white topaz. So this is a lot more valuable and expensive, okay? All right, so let me share you with the specs just in case I miss it, because I'm super excited about this collection. Everybody really enjoy the Miyota 9015 with the ceramic bezel. And I know, matter of fact, there's one of our very loyal Aragon collector say, Wing, I know your habit. You know, when you do a collection, you tend to do with multiple executions. And at the time, I can't tell and share this information with anybody. So yes, I'm very and I'm very sorry I couldn't tell you the truth, or I didn't tell you what is the next execution in the pipeline. And it's this NE57 with natural stone, okay, limited edition. Now, here is another very interesting fact. I know the YouTube videos will usually not last, like a lot of people will watch it over the years. It could be a lot of views in the beginning, and then over the years, a year, 2, 3, or 5 years. I've seen some of our videos have like 20 to 50,000 views. But anyway, the point I'm trying to say is, these are limited edition to 50 pieces, okay? But I only produced the first 1 to 10. The first 1 to 10. So number 20 to 50. No, sorry. I skipped the number. Number 11 to 50 they are not made yet, okay? They are not made. So if you're watching the video in the next 30 days, you'll be like, okay, a lot of guys, when they see our new collection, they'll come out and buy immediately. I know some people have a larger budget or larger watch collecting fund than others, and they'll buy immediately. But some other people will be like, I'm gonna wait and see how the feedback, or watch other collectors post them in social media and see their feedback. So if some people are gonna wait a little bit longer, the first time might be sold out in X amount of days. Might not. I don't know. It depends. I think this is a very successful collection, and everybody knows this is our flagship model. Will I produce number 11 and 50? Hey, it really depends. I don't know yet, because here's the reason why I have not produced them all at once. Is number 11 because we don't have any more NE57 in our what do you call it, like in our vault. Because you have to understand, some of these movements you can't just call up Seiko and say, hey, we need 500, or I need 55 more movements. It takes time for them to produce. And if you look around, you see a lot of onyx 35, 36, 34. But pay attention. I know a lot of your collectors, you guys are so savvy with all the movements out there. Have you seen, is there a lot of companies use NE57? Is there a lot of companies use NE88 or 86? So keep that in mind. It's some interesting fact. So, I hope I explained it well about the supply and demand of the NE57, because this is truly a gem. the movement. I love power reserve. A lot of you guys know, like always ask me like, what's my favorite? I really enjoy seeing the power reserve and watching it slowly climbed up to full. And I also enjoy like when I'm not wearing the watch, put it down, I see the hand. You can't see it because it moved very slowly. But from time to time you come back and look at the time again. Oh, the power. When you're not wearing it, the power reserve hand is slightly moving up. The energy is reducing. So that's what I like about this. Okay, so here's the 50 millimeter. Do I really think this is going to be number one? It's going to sell out first. I somewhat believe everybody's eyeing on this already. Okay, let me try to move it more frequently so you can see how the stone is running across the bezel. Okay, so half white topaz and half sky blue topaz. And we only did the first 1 to 10. Only the 50 millimeter, I did it like that. All right, okay, so sapphire crystal with AR. Okay, I want to emphasize this. We mentioned about the movement, which is the Seiko Premium NE57. The thickness is approximately 17 millimeter for the 50. And the thickness for the 44 is slightly, I think it's 16.5. So 44 millimeter is from 3 to 9. 50 millimeter is from 3 to 9. Okay. Sapphire crystal with AR movement. Glide lock, solid titanium for the bracelet and the case. I think I cover it all. Screw down crown. Make sure you lock the crown. And the loom is white loom glows green for all of them. So that's it. So this is it. So blue, white, and I would call this not black, but like a darker gray mother pearl. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is certainly one of, in my opinion, one of the beautiful collection of the year in 2024. Okay, all right, stay for another few seconds to check out the loom shots, and certainly I hope you enjoy this watch as much as I do. It's highly collectible. All right, see you later.